What's going on, guys, Juice Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer content. And today is going to be Thursday the 24th of September. We have confirmed deals to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and the current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time. There'll be a new video for you to look forward to. And finally, drop a comment below. I'll try to respond to as many as I can. So the first transfer today is that Nottingham Forest have signed Harry Arter on a permanent deal from Bournemouth. The Cherries were of course relegated and now he joins a fellow championship side. The fee is undisclosed and I'm also not sure how long the contract length is. Debrecen have re-signed Hungarian winger Balázs Zsuzsak. It's from Al Ain and it's a free transfer. And the reason I mention this deal is because a lot of you may remember him from back in the day on FIFA Ultimate Team and also PSV fans. He used to be on the packs on FIFA 11 and 12 I think it was. Atalanta have signed left wing-back Johan Mojica from Girona. The Colombian international joins on a season-long loan and that does include an option to buy. Alexander Sorloth has completed his move to Bundesliga side RB Leipzig. It's a €22 million deal including bonuses that's being agreed with both Crystal Palace and Trabzonspor. Sorloth was in the middle of a 2-year loan spell with the Turkish side from Palace, and that means that all three sides had to be involved in discussions. The Premier League side received $10 million of the fee paid to Trabzonspor, who also retain a 20% selling percentage that should the Norway international depart RB Leipzig. The players also signed a 5-year contract. Now, I have seen some places suggest a different type of deal that is $26 million total, that's after additional fees. Both clubs get $11 million plus $2 million bonuses, and each have a 10% future sell-on clause. But either way, the deal is now fully done, that's despite some doubt over his delayed medical. The next story is that Real Sociedad have announced the sale of Diego Llorente to Leeds United. The fee has been agreed of about €25 million or about £23 million. And I think it's a pretty similar situation to the Rodrigo deal, because Valencia announced the departure of the forward about 3 or 4 days prior to Leeds announcing it, and I don't think the Premier League side have confirmed it just yet, but the Spanish side have. Wolves have announced the signing of Portuguese right-back Nelson Semedo from Barcelona, and it's in a deal that could be worth up to £37 million. Manager Nuno Espirito Santo had been seeking a replacement for Matt Doherty, who moved to Premier League rivals Tottenham last month. Barca said the deal is an initial €30 million or £27.5 million plus €10 million in variables. Semedo, who has signed a contract until 2023, is a third permanent signing by Wolves during this transfer window. That's following the arrival of Fabio Silva from Porto, which was a club record fee, and Keanu Herver from Liverpool. Santiago Arias is having a medical at Bayer Leverkusen. That's ahead of a season-long loan from Atletico Madrid. The German club will have an obligation to buy next summer, and the right-back has agreed personal terms until 2025. And now we have got a few more updates about Luis Suarez to Atletico Madrid, and by the time you're watching this video it might actually be announced by now. So first up, Atletico have now come to an agreement with Barca for the transfer of Luis Suarez. The deal is back on, because at one point a couple days ago it looked like it could be off. And this news came after reports emerged that Bartomeu tried to stop Suarez moving to a rival on a free deal. But after meeting with Suarez's representatives, the Catalan side have backed down, and that's because the striker threatened to air his grievances to the media. And it looks like it won't be a free transfer, and instead Atletico will have to pay a very nominal fee of no more than €4 million, which I think is fair enough. That's a really cheap deal. And it's based on variables such as Champions League qualification, pretty similar to Rakitic to Sevilla. And this now means that Barca have only received about $6 million total for the sales of Luis Suarez, Rakitic and Arturo Vidal. That's all three combined. It seems like such a big compromise to get their wages off the books. But I do suppose now, because their wages are off them completely, it means they can actually start making signings themselves now. And next up we have got an interesting story from Sky Sports. They're saying England under-17 forward Jamie Bino Gittins, sorry if I say his name wrong, he's in Germany finalising a deal to Borussia Dortmund. Now, I feel like I've heard this story before. Could it be Jadon Sancho 2.0? We'll have to wait and see. He's making the same switch that Sancho made from City to Dortmund, and Dortmund are very good at developing players. Brighton midfielder Dale Stephens will join Burnley following a medical. This according to The Athletic, but could well be announced by now. Burnley boss Sean Dyche has turned his attention back to the 31-year-old, that's after failing to sign him 4 years ago. Stephens will sign a 2-year contract and his new club will pay an initial fee of £1 million, but it could rise to £2.5 million. Brazilian side Grêmio have entered the race for Edinson Cavani, and this story is from Globo Esporte. The Uruguayan has received a 3-year contract offer from the 2017 Copa Libertadores champions that they face competition from Atletico Madrid. Their president did say a couple days ago they can't match offers from European sides, so the wages it will be much lower in Brazil, but they can bring him closer to home. Norwich youngster Max Aarons has agreed a 5-year contract at Barcelona according to Sport. Ronald Koeman favoured a move for Serginho Dest, but he turned his attentions to Aarons, that's because Bayern took the lead for the Ajax star. Now Barca must work out a deal with Norwich, who have rejected a few offers already this summer for their right back, but Barca believe a loan with an obligation to buy, it could well work out. And it must be kind of surreal for Max Aarons because he's a player that of course caught the eye last season and the season before that, but they got relegated and now he might be moving to a giant such as Barca, and Bayern were also showing interest. PSG are in active talks with Chelsea over a possible loan with option to buy for Bakayoko. The London club are asking for a £5 million loan fee, this is euros, plus a £40 million option to buy. The Ligue 1 champions are actively trying to negotiate that fee down, and this comes a day after them being linked to Sami Khedira. The story is from Telefoot Shan, and it looks like the Bakayoko will be leaving Stamford Bridge finally on a permanent deal, or eventually it will be a permanent, but AC Milan are still the favourites. And PSG are also confident Dele Alli wants to join the club. The story is from the Daily Mail, and they suggest that Spurs could be willing to let him go on a 1-year loan deal. They were apparently offering him to Real Madrid as part of the Gareth Bale deal, but Madrid had no interest in making that happen. And I've said it a few times, but I think Dele Alli does need a fresh start. He, of course, when he first broke onto the scene, was fantastic for Spurs, and prior to that for MK Dons. But since then, the last couple of years has definitely gone downhill. He needs to find the proper motivation again. Hansi Flick wants to bring Mario Götze back to Bayern Munich, but the club's bosses are unsure about this possible deal. This story comes from Sport Bild. And apparently they do see him as the ideal replacement for Felipe Coutinho, who has now returned to Barcelona. He could be an impact sub and bring some creativity late on in a game. Napoli striker Milik is now wanted by Fulham and Newcastle. This story is from Gazzetta dello Sport. That interest comes in the wake of Tottenham being linked with a move for the 26-year-old Poland international, and he's expected to cost about €25 million because Napoli are now keen to sell. It looks like his proposed move to Roma has fully broken down now because he can't reach an agreement on personal terms. Inter midfielder Nainggolan is set to rejoin Cagliari, and this story is from Calcio Mercato. The 32-year-old will return to the club for a second loan spell, that's following Arturo Vidal's arrival at the San Siro from Barcelona. Nainggolan spent the last campaign on loan at Cagliari, where he scored 6 goals in 26 Serie A games, and he was set to stay at Inter for the upcoming season, but as the story mentions, it looks like Vidal has completely changed that. Wolves have been linked with a potential move for Juventus attacker Douglas Costa. Tuttosport claims that super agent Jorge Mendes he is trying to arrange a move following Diogo Jota's transfer to Liverpool. Costa is reportedly not needed in Turin anymore this season and has been also linked with Manchester United. Tottenham have opened talks with Inter Milan over the signing of Milan Skriniar. Jose Mourinho really likes the centre-back, but Inter's valuation of €60 million could prove to be an issue, and this story is from Fabrizio Romano. This rumour popped up a couple months ago, and it was Skriniar to Tottenham, but it was part of a swap deal, and the player going from Spurs to Inter would have been Tanguy Ndombele, but the Italian journalist, he said that won't be happening. But Spurs also don't want to pay the asking price of 60 million and instead have got Ruben Diaz as an alternative target. Sky Sports are saying that Borussia Dortmund have been left bemused by Manchester United. That's by how the club have approached to try and sign Jadon Sancho. And it looks like Sancho will be set to stay in Dortmund or at Dortmund this season, as United aren't really willing to pay the asking price of 108 million. And it's a deal that has frustrated United fans massively because they've been linked to him all summer long. Like literally when the season ended to up to now basically, it's been a deal that they really wanted to happen. But since that August 10th deadline, it looks like that actually was genuine. There were rumours saying that Dortmund were using that as a bit of mind games, but it appears not to be the case. And the final story today is from Le Parisien. They're saying Liverpool are actively trying to sign Kalidou Koulibaly from Napoli, and they're using Sadio Mane to try and convince the central defender. He has already agreed personal terms with Manchester City, but the Reds are hoping to beat their rivals to the signing. Now, would a Van Dijk and Koulibaly pairing be unreal? Yes, it would, but can I see it happening? Definitely not. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and the current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time, there'll be a new video for you to look forward to. So thank you for watching, I'll see you next time.